Whenever you're ready.
Oh, look at that. You can log in as yourself or temp.line.
We're going to get started in just a minute.
Yeah, TEMP dot and regular URL. All right. This, you said 10? You got 10?
Yeah.
You gotta get started. Okay. All right, so I'm going to combine two little presentations. The first one is just kind of the generals, what we call the student success presentation. So it's it applies to all your classes, not just your English comp classes. So certain things the college has to help you in your college career. We have the Office of Student Success Services. That's downstairs, run by Katie Norland. And that's where you go if you need help with, say you need additional time on testing, or you need tests read to you, or you had an IEP in high school. You can get on there and talk to Katie and start that process for your classes here at the college. Another important reminder is about seeing your advisor, keeping up with your advisor, making sure that your educational plan is on track for whatever your major is, and also the reminder that you'll hear from everyone at the college is always keep up to date with your college email, because that is how your instructors and any offices here will communicate with you. Then what we also have here is this beautiful space here. This is the library. I use the words library and learning resource center interchangeably because the library is part of the learning resource center. Learning resource center is also the math and the writing center. So when you came in, you went by the writing center. That is where you can get help. As I said, any type of writing. It doesn't have to be just English comp. If you're taking a psychology class or any of the marine science classes, any type of academic writing, they can help you. Whether it's a discussion board post, you just want to have someone read over it and make sure you're on track, all the way up to about a 12-page research paper. They can help you with all that. And then in the library, down at the end there, we have the math center, and that's for help with any type of math. Depending on the level of math, we may or may not have a tutor to help you, but check and see. For both of those, the math center and the writing center, if they're ever closed, come in the library and ask at the front desk. One of our full-time staff is a former math tutor, and another of our full-time staff is a former writing tutor. So if there's no one sitting in those specific rooms, there still might be help here for you. The other thing about tutoring help that we have is called Smart Thinking online tutoring. That's available in every one of your Canvas courses. On the left side of the screen, where you have home and announcement and syllabuses and syllabi. Listed there will also be a link for Smart Thinking online tutoring. You've already logged into Canvas, so you just click on that, go through a few screens, and you will be taken to Smart Thinking. That has tutoring 24/7 in virtually any subject you can imagine. Now, there's 3 ways you can use it. You can log on right then and see if there's a tutor available to help you. If it's a little bit more specialized of a subject, you might want to log in and make an appointment so that you know when a tutor is going to be available. If you like to study at 2 o'clock in the morning, or you're working 3 jobs because this is Key West and that's the only time you can study, that's fine too. You can log on, make an appointment, and find someone that can help you at that specific time. You can also submit your papers to them. Again, any paper, any length, whether it's a 1-paragraph essay or a 12-page research paper. You can log on to what's called the Writing Lab, and they will review your paper. When you do that, there's a whole series of questions that you'll be asked about what exactly you need help with, and then you can submit your paper to them. It takes about 24 to 48 hours, but they will send it back with back to you with all the suggestions and edits made. I think that's it for tutoring. What we also have here in the library, again, related to anything in the all the subjects in the college, all the courses, we have your textbooks. We have what they're called course reserve textbooks. So if you have a huge accounting textbook that you don't feel like lugging around with you all over the place, we have a copy of it here. You check it out, you use it in the library, and then you return it before you leave the library. So it's library use only, but again, it's available for you. Library is open 6 days a week. We're here Monday through Thursday until 8 o'clock at night. We're here Fridays and Saturdays until 5 o'clock. So come, beautiful place to study, quiet. We have study rooms. If you have a group of 2 to 4 people that you want to study with, you can reserve a study room, and that way you have a quiet space where you can all talk and you won't worry about disturbing other people. All right, so I think that's it for all the things that we have to offer, no matter what class you're taking at the college. So now, moving on, I'm going to show you today how to use the databases to do work for this class. The assignment, I believe, is to find an article about whatever your career choice is. So I'm going to take you through the library catalog and the databases and show you how easy that is using that system. All right, so you're going to want to follow along. Our catalog seems to like Chrome best, so go ahead and open Chrome and go to the college website. The college website is cfk.edu. All right. There are many ways to navigate through the college website. I always find it easiest because it's right here in front of you. If you go to academics and the drop-down menu comes down, then you see there is library and tutoring services. Click on that. This is also available through your student resources. Okay, so you have library and tutoring services, and then this blue box right over here on the right, you click on library. That takes you to the, again, library/learning resource center website. You can see there's information here about the library, a lot of the same information I just went over about tutoring will be there. Here's a very important tab about citations, different resources for students. There's just a lot of information on this site. But what we are going to do today, so we've navigated to the Learning Resource Center website, library, which is this tab right here, second from the left. We're now going to click CFK catalog search, databases, and journals. So you click on that, it takes you to a different website. So this is the library catalog. From here, I'm going to suggest everyone sign in, because this catalog, the library and the college, is part of the state educational system. So we are one of 40 different institutions that use this system. There are 28 colleges and 12 universities all using the system. So if you start searching without signing in, you might see resources that are actually not available to you because it doesn't know who you are and what institution you're associated with. Again, we're one of the smallest, so we have a lot available for you, but definitely not as much as, say, UF. They have a much larger catalog than we do. So up at the top right, you're going to go to sign in, right up here. And then you're going to go to SSO, that stands for single sign-on. And then you will see this very familiar looking screen that you see whether you're trying to log into your email or Canvas. So you use your same credentials, first name dot last name, and then whatever your password is. Does a little bit of thinking. All right, you see, looks exactly the same, except up at the top, you'll see you now have your name instead of sign in and a handy little thing looks like a pin, which I will go into later. All right, so make sure. Is everyone getting in? Okay. Is it your? Okay. Yes. Yeah. Whatever you use to get into Canvas.
What's that, bro? You can't access it unless you know this.
Are they able to access it? You should have access to your computer.
It's not letting me.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Or yeah, it might be like, oh, yeah, I can just like.
Okay. Here you have even longer. So let's.
So I asked her like what it is.
Okay. We can get you into this computer and then you can try to log in.
I'll come around
So if you go down here to computer, and then here type T.
If it's not working on your computer, try the school's computer for now, and then we'll figure out what's wrong with yours.
Period.
When she's done explaining.
Library. LIBR. And then password is going to be a capital D. And ELL, regular. 1, 2, 3. And that'll at least get you into this computer, and then you can, or change your password and stuff. You want to try? Do you have a Mac or a? Okay, and it won't let you. You can't get to that. Why? So go ahead and use one of the college computers. Were you able to get in? Okay. Oh, of course. You're going to try to get on there. Yeah, try on there. Did you change your password and get in? Perfect. Okay. Good in. Working on it. You in? Yep.
So if it's not working on their personal computers when we're done, what should they check or do?
What we're finding is that with the guest network, quite often, unless it's a Mac, it times out. There's some kind of some kind of glitch. So it might work at home on a different Wi-Fi, but yeah, it's some kind of glitch that we haven't figured out yet.
Okay.
I tried the Wi-Fi before. I tried it so many times, it never worked.
Even
I had it for the last semester.
Okay.
Yeah, it never worked. Anytime I had to do something there,
and you have Adele. Yeah, it's. I keep putting in a. I don't know.
Should they talk to like IT or something?
I don't know if it's our IT. I've mentioned it to our IT. We're still trying to investigate because I've also talked to FLDC, the state people, about it, and they're not sure.
Okay.
access to outsiders.
No, it shouldn't. I mean, it should. Were you able to get on here?
Yeah.
Okay, you're signed in. Awesome. Alright.
No one bring up CFK's website.
That one. Through your hotspot? Oh, yes. Alright, so
I had a question.
this is gonna be T
Smart thing, it never works.
dot
It's supposed to say
L I
reject.
That's what that we read that.
A R Y.
What?
Clarifier. That's I made an announcement. Some people that say
So
that
it's
some people they actually go.
No.
Yep, that one. Nope, because that's what the blue dot means.
No,
So how'd you know to come here today?
you said it.
Uh,
Here Monday.
See, you know what? That's why you were early. We didn't have to be here till 8:15. Sometimes we don't have to be here till 8:30.
Alright. And then do you remember how to get to there?
I guess.
The college and then library. Alright. Let's take a sec. Oh, it's just thinking. Hardest part. I'm just trying to get her one.
No problem.
Yeah. Emperor. Alright. Whichever one opens up first, and I'll come back and make sure you get screen. Okay. I forgot what I was doing. All right, so we are now on the library catalog. The library knows who you are, so it's only going to display results that are available to you as a CFK student. So let's just start searching, and I'll explain it as I go along. So I'm not, whatever your career choice is or whatever career you're interested in, you can just start typing and I'll explain some things as we go along. Of course, I'm going to type librarian. and I want to explain a few things. So once you start typing, you're going to see 4 different results here. The very top, the first thing that comes up is everything. That is literally everything in the 40 institutions. So you will be searching the physical collections of all 40 institutions, as well as the electronic collections of all 40 institutions. In other words, a lot of stuff. Library catalog, if you click library catalog, you would be searching the physical collection here in this library. Everything that's on those shelves right over there. That's what you'd be searching for library catalog. Statewide catalog, you are searching the physical collection of all 40 institutions. You're searching the physical catalog, the physical collection of Miami-Dade College, University of Florida, USF, all those. So if you are searching for a physical item and you're looking in the library catalog and you can't find it, you could then search the statewide catalog and we could get it for you. It's called interlibrary loan. We would then ask whatever library held that book that you were looking for, and they would send it here for you. That generally takes about 4 to 6 days. Then last we have articles. It's a little misleading. It says articles, but what that means is electronic resources. So you're searching the electronic resources, articles, media files, images that are available to you as a CFK student. So for this assignment, because Professor Allen wants you to find an article about your career choice, we're going to search articles. So click on articles. Then another thing you'll see is that you now have an option at that drop-down menu at the top there where it says articles. If as you're searching you wanted to change what you were searching, you can click on that and change there. All 4 options are still the same. So you're still getting a lot of results, about 500,000, because this is searching all the different types of articles about being a librarian. So a couple things we want to do. We want to, for this assignment, you're being asked to provide a peer-reviewed or scholarly journal. Those are words you'll hear a lot in your time here in college. So if you click that, that means these are articles that are from peer-reviewed journals, meaning the journal that has been reviewed by peers, other librarians, other academics are reading this article. It's not just a journalistic type article from Time Magazine or People Magazine. These are scholarly, peer-reviewed articles. Then another, all this stuff over here at the side, these are sometimes these are called filters and sometimes these are called limiters. What it's doing is it's going into all those 500,000 results and narrowing the field a little. I believe for this assignment, 5 years, we want articles that are only published in the last 5 years. So one place to do that is here where it says creation date on the left. You're going to change that. Let's say, because I'm sure there aren't a heck of a lot of articles right now in 2022. So let's say 2016 through 2022, click refine. And we've now taken what were over 500,000 results. We limited them to peer review articles published in the last 5 years, and we're down to less than 30,000. Still a heck of a lot of results, but it's something. I just want to just show this real quick. Another way you could limit your results even more is to go over here to the advanced search. Because right now my search is looking for the word librarian anywhere in the results, whether it's one word in the description, whether it's in the title, whether someone's last name is librarian and they're listed as an author. It's searching anywhere in the record for that word. If you were to go up here to do an advanced search, you would then have to recreate the date, but you could limit it so it was looking for the word librarian only in the title or only in the subject. Put I'm going to go back. So that's just another way that is available to you to limit your results further. But I just want to get into the results a little bit. So here's your series of results. There's a lot. You might do a peripheral scan, and just by the title, you might see something that you think, oh, I want to look at that later. This is where this nice little pin feature comes in. So all the articles you see have this little pin icon there. So if you click on that, that then puts that article up here in your pin. So if you click on the pin that's by your name, you'll see that there are other articles in here about literary criticism and all this different topics. That's because I've been teaching a lot of these classes over this week. Anything you put in this pin stays pinned. Again, because you're logged in as you, the computer knows who you are. If I'm doing this work on my desk, if I'm doing this work at home and I log in, these articles are still going to be there. These articles are going to be there until you unpin them. They don't go away. So I just wanted to point that out. That's a nice feature. You'll also see if you are coming back later to doing some searching again, and this article is in yellow. That's in yellow because it's in your pin. It's in your little pin folder. So let's also look. So you're doing, again, you're doing preliminary search. If you find an article that you think, I don't know, maybe I want to read that. I can't tell by the title. If you click on the title, it takes you to this screen. It gives you more information about the article. Here's the description. You might see 3 different words here: description, summary, abstract. They all mean the same thing. This is a little description of the article. So you can take the time, read the paragraph, see if you want the article. If you want it, pin it, come back later. I go on and on about the pin because it's so much easier when you're doing this preliminary research to throw a bunch of articles, in your pinned folder, and then go back later and look through the articles that you have pinned, rather than coming back later and trying to narrow down the results from the 500,000 down to the 29. Because if you come back later to do this search again, because you thought there was that great article, it was like the 3rd or 4th one on my results. If you come back later, you can do the exact same search, but that article may not be the 3rd or 4th result. It may now be like the 12th or 13th, because since the time you started your research, other articles have been made available, and all the algorithms have changed. So it's just a nice way. Pin a bunch of stuff, go back later, look at what you've pinned, and then start narrowing from there. A couple other options that you have here. You'll see these same signs throughout. The little quote marks here, you'll see them here. You'll see them again when you're looking at an article. That's where you're going to get your citation. It's one place you can get your citation. There are many places to get the citation. It is defaulted to MLA 9th, which is nice because you're using MLA for this assignment. And when in doubt, use the most recent format. You see MLA is up there twice, the 7th edition and the 9th edition.